Redditors who have met a former crush years later. How did it turn out? Found out she was fat and unattractive. Then I realized I was too. You and me baby, we ain't getting thinner. So let's eat each other out. Like we're hungry for dinner. We met again on New Year's night, the 31st of December. I said, this party's awful, right? She answered, it's the worst. And so we talked the night away, beneath the silent stars, the coming shade of dawn and day, the waxing moon, and Mars. We spoke of all the skies above, and all the earth below. We fanned the secret flames of love, and watched the embers glow. And when our timer drained of sand, Alice, the night was through. She held my heart inside her hand, but still had room for two. Hadn't seen her in 15 years. Ran into each other online. Decided to meet up for dinner. Married now for 5 years and 1 kid. I liked her when we were 15 but she wasn't nice to me. I ran into her when we were 23 and she looked so old I didn't recognize her. When she realized I didn't recognize her, she began to cry and ran to the bathroom. Never saw her again. You should check if she's okay in the bathroom. People slip in there sometimes. Good. Went to an underground rave and then my wife and I tag teamed her. She comes to our holiday gatherings now. He always said, I want to be a cop. I'll never be a fucking firefighter. Firefighters are pussies. Cops are the real men. He became an army firefighter, but instead of being humbled he's still a total douche. Had a crush on her all through freshman and sophomore year. She kissed me at the end of sophomore year. I failed to reciprocate. Basically ran away from her. Extreme social anxiety. I switched schools after disappearing for the summer. Not because of the kiss, but when school started again I walked to her school every day for half of the year in hopes of having the balls to make a move. Saw her each day. Failed each day. She obviously got tired of waiting. Ended up with another guy. I gave up. Come end of senior year she shows up at my school to see some guy. Saw me. Literally jumped into my arms and forced her phone number on me. Together 7 years come November. I proposed to her around a week ago. Edit. Thank you for the gold you amazing person. Edit 2. For those who have asked. She said yes. Though the proposal was more of a discussion of the ring I am trying to have made for her. Social awkwardness FTW. When I was in first year I had the stupidest little girl crush on this guy in my program. And I had no idea how to express it. So I think I thoroughly creeped him out with my staring and pathetic attempts to get him to have coffee with me and such. Anyway, that was 8 years ago and I've really matured as a person since then. I hadn't even thought of him in years when I ran into him. I was actually excited to find out he worked at a store I was planning to go to. I thought I can finally have a normal conversation with crush. He'll see I'm not a creepy widow anymore. Anyway, when I ran into him our conversation went like this. Me. Hey, crush. How's it going? Him. Good thanks. How are you? Me. Good thanks. How are you? And then it just spiraled into awkwardness from there. Guess some people just bring it out of me. Went out for drinks. Still fixated on her, was given a chance, got wasted and embarrassed myself by spending so much of the night talking about how much my younger self liked her, extolling her virtues like it was years ago. Mentioned how crazy and awesome it was that I was finally getting my chance. It was sad as shit. I didn't realize how bad I fucked up until I sobered up. Woke up and immediately knew I would not be given a second opportunity. Saw her reactions and responses from the previous night with a sober eye. Realized the massive amount of I'm going to be polite, but I've made a mistake that was continuously written across her face. Embarrassing as shit. It seems that the girls I was chasing in high school, if I see them now it's like, I don't see what the big deal was. And then the girls I wasn't chasing, but in retrospect should have been, are all insanely gorgeous, funny, smart. If I had a time machine I'd go back and punch 15-year-old me right in the beanbag. Idiot. Ran into my high school crush because we were both on the same plane and seated across the aisle from each other. She's a lesbian now. Let's see. Met her when I was 13. We totally crushed. Fast forward to when we're both 23. She has a kid from a previous marriage, but it didn't bother me. Got married. She cheated. Tried to take me for child support for her daughter. 2 out of 10. Would not recommend. Had drinks. Went back to her hotel. Basically did not leave it for 2 days. Netflix marathon. They were just chilling. We started a small thing when we were around 17 years old. Didn't work out cause she was spoiled and I was pretty heartless asshole. Fast forward a few relationships for us both, 11 years of growth, and she came back into my life a few months ago. We're dating and life is pretty good now, couldn't ask for anything more. Sometimes it's the right person but the wrong time. She works at a supermarket near me. I said hi one time and have since avoided using it because I'm not the best with repeated social interaction. Edit. Thanks for all the helpful tips guys, but I avoid her because I don't want to do the hey what's up, how you doing fake an interest in their life interaction. Really, I'm all good socially mostly. I feel you. I'm planning to move cause I got drunk and talked to my neighbors and now they say hi when they see me. We had awesome sex and never talked to each other again. It ruled. That doesn't rule. Awesome sex is a great reason to talk to each other again. We talked every day in high school for 3 years. 20 years later she didn't remember me.